I don't know. You've been here.
Not even just Travis. It's freaking Travis. So it's like Seth freaking Rollins, Travis freaking Travis.
That's a level of closeness. Yeah.
That's right.
I wish you would show me that respect, Matt, to be honest. I'm glad that Aaron's here to do that.
Okay, so freaking Travis. I'll call you that from now on, at least on this show.
It's honest. So right off at the top of the show, I want to make sure we go around the amoeba and share who we are and let people know what it is that you're doing. And of course, since I clicked Travis first, Travis is at the top. So go ahead, Travis.
Like what I'm doing now in life, like how much detail do you want? Because
that is completely up to you. As long as it's semi-appropriate, then it'll be all right. But then again, it's the last time we're doing this version of the show, so
I didn't know how inner you wanted to get. Like that's the question.
Nah, you're fine.
I'm Travis Gibb, comic creator. Created a whole bunch of stuff for Archicon Productions. Have publishing deals with Band of Bards, Scout Comics. I am currently live on Kickstarter with my oldest project, Broke Down in Canyon City, which is pretty cool. I'm sure we'll talk more about that in a minute. Happily married, 3 kids. What else you need, Aaron?
I think I get you. I think that I understand. Right. Yeah, I know the crux of who you are as a human being. Jay, go for it.
Thank you. I'm going to pick up what Travis is lying down there, right? I've been making comic books since 2008. I got a book right now going on Kickstarter called New York versus the World. I am happily married. I like long walks on the beach. I am a type blood O. And I am sick that Matt is not wearing a Miami Dolphins hat. That's my boy. You know what I mean? Some days we rock and roll. Okay. Listen, you're not. It's not on you. So we're here, brother. You know what? I'm communicating with you. I'm son of a gun. Anything
you made it happen. You made it happen.
You nearly
I'm just going to disagree with everything you say. Go on, brother.
There's only so many O's in the world. I'm an O too. I'm not a cool O positive, but I'm an O negative.
Y'all need to write down each other's names or something just in case.
We can save the world. We can save the world.
Partially, yes. Some people.
Very cool. Yes. Let's jump from. Yeah, of course. We'll start from Jay to Ray.
Ray Jameson. Just launching my first comic ever called The Madcaps, medieval fantasy miniseries. Takes place over one night, all 3 issues. Very excited to go down this rabbit hole, for lack of better wording.
I only know you as
DM, so I don't know what else to add to that.
No, that works. That works. I'm only going to call you DM, though. Ray feels wrong.
That works for me.
Matt, again.
What's up, man? So, hey, you know what? I look forward to looking at Ray Jameson's comic that's medieval fantasy because right now, Matt Knowles from Instamergy Creations, right now we're on Kickstarter with our medieval fantasy title, Tales from Nocturnia. Cool. It is relettered, remastered, completely re-envisioned for 2024. Super happy with what's going on there. Also published titles like Heirs of Isildur, I Am Keto, Misfits Clubhouse that's on Scout, and put a lot of stories into freaking Travis's anthologies over there at Orange Cone Productions.
Oh, freaking Travis!
Ringo nominated anthologies, Matt, but that's fine.
into Ringo nominated freaking Travis's. Orange
I didn't want to brag when it was my turn, but if you're gonna call me out, I've got to.
Wow!
All right, let's move on to Jeff. You are muted.
I did that too on Travis's show like 5 times. Anyways, no, I think I'm the rookie on the show, so everyone be nice to me. I think I'm the only one who's new. But believe it or not, I have a Kickstarter. It's called The End of All Terminus. It's a apocalyptic science fiction action series, sort of like Star Trek meets Aliens. So check it out. I'm also a podcaster. It's First the Stars podcast, where I interview comic book people and celebrities, stuff like that. And I'm a comic book publicist. So. And I'm happily married, so my wife, I probably should say that since everyone is the same, they're married. So, yes, happily married. Be sure to throw that out there because, I want to say happily married. Hello, everyone.
Good job. And, well, I'm going to call you Ralph because I've never referred to you as Raphael, but Ralph.
What's up, guys? And can y'all hear me?
Yep.
All right, good. Rafael Madrigal, Ralph Madrigal. I am a 25-year veteran of the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office here in South Texas. First-time creator with a trainee in justice, a superhero based on faith, family, and justice. We launch our issue 2 Kickstarter tomorrow night with the grace of God. Let it rock. And I'm asking for everybody out there, go out and support it. Happily married 27 and a half years. Yeah, definitely got to say that.
You almost forgot. You slipped it in there.
I'm the oldest guy. I'm the oldest guy here. Trust me.
Here you are. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We are, of course, going to talk about everybody's campaigns. But first, we get to play a game. I think only one of you knows what we're going to do. So, well, Jessica, do you want to?
I can tally. Yeah, I can
All right.
try to keep up with it.
Cool. Let's play a game. Who knows how to play catchphrase?
No.
All right.
Good.
Basically, the pressure's on me, but you got to guess what it is that I'm talking about. And I can't use the words that are on it. Let's play a few rounds and just see what happens. If you know the answer, make sure you say it first. We'll do a mix. Does anybody hear that?
Should I go through one by one and see? Not
You're
there.
buzzing.
Oh, okay. That was intense.
It's probably mine. My fireplace in the background makes a noise. I'll try to mute myself if I'm not talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. All right, let's do this. Mix. Let's see. It's not a child, but it's somebody who's grown up.
Person?
It's
It's
an older person would be.
Grandpa, adult,
All of us in here, we are all
Geriatric.
people,
we're not
Grown
that
up?
old.
dying.
I heard adult. Was that not it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was adult. Yeah. I
Guys,
didn't
adult,
hear.
a whole bunch of dying.
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
Another word for poop, and there's beetles that like to push this.
Gone.
Feces.
nice.
Dung. That's right. This
Who
is what
said
we
dung?
breathe. What do we breathe?
Oxygen.
Air.
Nailed it. Let's see. Not karate, but not jujitsu.
Judo.
Everybody was doing this.
Kung Fu.
There you go.
Oh.
Where'd it come
And people drop LPs, and some people drop just full length
CDs.
Albums.
Elbows.
album. There
EPs.
you go.
Travis, yeah.
And then a super old used to walk around on the planet, and then a big thing just destroyed them
Dinosaurs.
all. There you go. All right, we got to the end. I don't know how many we just did. Fantastic. All right, so we got
Travis
to
was
play.
definitely the winner. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Travis, you won nothing. I don't know. I mean, you know what? You know what, Travis? You know what? Here you go. Here you
You
go.
already have the reward right there. Look, self-rewarding. Wow.
Travis,
self-care.
you get to pick one
that.
person, and we'll send them like a digital of all of our number ones.
Oh, nice.
I'll do that.
It
yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be anyone in here. Just somebody at some point. You can pick who it is and let us know, and we'll do that. Let's see.
I'm gonna find the first person that calls me a telemarketer, get his email. Get it all-
Yes, that would be perfect because I will put their email in my list so fast. All right. And as always, we do want to give our resident mascot for Catalyst Comics a moment to share a brand new recommendation. This is something that he wants to make sure that people are checking out. So we're going to send it over to him in the Everglades. This is Harold the Flamingo. Honestly,
I wish I could do that.
I couldn't agree more. That for so many reasons, and that's why Harold's recommending Spider Ham, A Pig in Time, which is something you guys can pick up. It's
That
available.
seems like something a flamingo would like. Good
That's
pick,
right.
Harold.
Yep. We always appreciate
You guys
Harold.
make
Thanks
jokes.
for
Steve
coming in.
Fox is a great Marvel writer. Writing a kid's book right there, that's fantastic. That's
Hey,
really good.
I also read that and I quite enjoyed it. It was humorous.
Yes,
It is just the way Spider-Man is intended to be.
the recommendations are absolutely serious.
Yeah.
Getting people to just sit here and watch 23 seconds of a flamingo making sounds is pretty much just the highlight of my life. So yeah,
My mom used to say that position was inappropriate when I did it when I was a child. So I'm glad
Easy dexterity, dude. I love that. I'm jealous.
Well, that's really because you went from the top, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
All right, let's. Oh man, you know what? We should bring a wheel when we do things like this and just spin it to see who goes first. Or since freaking Travis is here, we'll make him pick who's gonna show their campaign first and see if he's gonna be selfish and pick himself.
I'm not going to be selfish and pick myself. We've got a lawman here in Texas, and I am known to break laws in Texas. I don't wear big hats. Everything's bigger there. I don't know how it works. I'm scared of Texas based on many things. So I'm going to let him go first so I don't get arrested or something if I ever have to go there to visit Chuck.
Good move. Good move.
All right.
Where in Texas are you, Rafael?
South Texas, man. We're 15 miles from the border. Edinburgh, Texas, Hidalgo County. By McAllen, we're going to have South Texas Comic Con this weekend. So it's way as far south as you can in America. That's where I'm from.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be Ralph's first con.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I need y'all's advice. I need y'all's experience. So like I said, I've been wanting to create this for the last 38 years of my life. I'm 50 years old. I'm writing this, writing in journals everywhere I can. Any idea I came up with, I would journal it, write it down. I've been a cop half my life. Been part of pretty much everything you can do in our department: patrol, SWAT, narcotics. I'm a supervisor now. So all these ideas stem from the part of justice. So Atreidian is Atreus. Atreus is Greek for fearless. So I always loved that. I always loved the fact that fearless justice. So I had a hard time coming up with the perfect name. So I came up with Atreidian justice, and it just fell together. And with the grace of God, I met up with Joseph DeSantos, who introduced me to Aaron. And it's just been a roller coaster ride, which has been amazing for us as a team.
And when are you launching, Ralph?
Tomorrow night, boys. Tomorrow night, and Nicole. Tomorrow we're gonna launch with the grace of God. It'll be our issue 2. We launched last year issue 1. It did really well on Kickstarter. We look to launch tomorrow night, and I'm gonna put it out at the South Texas Comic Con. And I'll be working all the socials as for the next few months to get this rocking and rolling.
My man.
Yeah. And your first campaign utterly crushed it. I don't remember the exact numbers. I assume that you would know better than I. It was 100 and how many backers?
168 or 170.
Way to be on your first one.
And shit. What was the amount again? It was
4,400, 4,500?
44, 45.
45.
Yeah, so fantastic turnout for first campaign. And I can say from experience, Ralph is a pusher. So he's going to make sure people show up and show out. And I'm excited to see videos from him at a con because I can only imagine what it's going to be like.
Hey, Channel 5 is going to be out there, man. So I luckily I had the fortune of being interviewed by my sheriff's department on YouTube, and then Channel 5, our biggest local channel out here, also interviewed me. So they're going to be there Friday for the first day of con to do a follow-up to last year's interview. So hopefully that goes well, man. I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
I'm blessed. I'm really blessed.
For sure. And
can I offer a comment on conventions?
Okay, give me everything you guys can, man. I need it all.
I mean, Matt, you do a lot. Travis, I see you a lot. I've done quite a few in my life. I think we can all attest. Bring comfortable shoes, brother. Bring them comfortable shoes. It may sound like a joke. Seriously, on patrol, you get to move, so your feet are moving, bro. Right. You're doing a 2-step shuffle from this side of the table to that side of the table. Or this has been a real cool thing for me. I got a folding stool that is high up, like one of those guitar stools.
Right.
Okay, it's folding, it's portable, it's padded. so I can get off my feet, but I could still be at eye level with the customers. Because if not, you're in the chair when you got to get off your feet, and you don't want to look up like this when you're trying to make a sale, but you need that moment of rest. So yeah, brother, I take a guitar stool with me to the cons. And it keeps me elevated, bro, and it's portable. She folds up, and I rock and roll with that, man.
And I play bass. I play bass in a cover rock band, so I got plenty of those, man.
Well, there you go, man.
Rock, rock, baby.
There you go.
I thank you for the advice. Anybody else? Give me some advice, guys. I want it as much as I can. So last time we take lots of deodorant. Like what? Like what?
Yeah, Matt,
Nobody else is.
muted.
Why should you bother?
No, but a nice portable can of Lysol. I'm not trying to joke.
There you go.
You spritz that underneath the table, Papa, and you're good to go. You know
What I want to know is why is Travis and Raphael not done a crossover yet with Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies, Guns, Violence, and the Cop? I mean, come on, man.
I have a lot of your unstoppable comics, believe it or not, man. The last 15 years of my life, I fell in love with indie comics. I felt absolutely. I don't like Marvel anymore. DC is so. I mean, I have like a ton of indie stuff, and I got a lot of your stuff, man. It's great stuff, Jay. I like it a lot. Tilt, awesome stuff, man. But I'm a superhero guy, so I'm all about the superheroes.
Superheroes are dead, man.
If you're into superhero comics,
dude.
I had to say, someone had
everybody at one time wanted to be a superhero when you're a kid. Everybody wanted to be Superman, Batman, even Wonder Woman, So I superheroes would be alive forever. That's all I got.
It was legitimately a joke. I scripted Trade Justice 1 and 2, so I'm still writing superhero stuff.
We're gonna do a crossover. We're doing a crossover.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. All right, so Ralph, since you got to go first, we're gonna take this back to school, and you're gonna popcorn to somebody else.
I want to meet Ray Jameson.
All right.
Hey, man, just do it.
Okay, you're going to be sharing I'm in pre-launch right now.
Awesome.
As we just surpassed 110 followers. I'm told for a first time that's doing pretty good so far.
Super.
We launch a week from tomorrow, April 30th. As I was saying, medieval fantasy. It's got a nice cast of 4 close friends. The concept behind this story really. Everybody here, I'm sure, has a circle of friends they don't get to see as much as they want to. And if at any time you get to see these friends, even if it's just at a restaurant, it's only a fraction of how things used to be, not like the shenanigans of old. You leave recharged. And this comic, with its medieval theme to it, it's really an homage to that level of friendship. So these friends get back together. There is, we'll call it an incident. And when your friends are around, you're more likely to be like your inner child. You're more likely to either step up and do the right thing, or maybe your friends are a bad influence on you. And it's really to show these people their true selves, as opposed to the masks you put on as you get older. I actually have a trailer I can share if I'm allowed to share the screen.
You can try, but I've never been able to get the audio to actually work, even when I click the buttons.
Oh, interesting. Well, I will. Let me click this.
Also, I just want to say your font that you used is one of my favorite fonts. It's the same font that we use for Welcome to Everville.
Nice.
Right on. Shout out to Tim Gronert. He made the logo for me. I was really happy.
Sinzel, bro. Sinzel.
So, with it being Madcaps, not to spoil it, do we have some Fae? Are we talking about Fae?
Fae, as in like elven and woodland creatures?
The Fae, yes. Fairies.
So to clarify, one of those 4 guys is an elf, but this takes place in a city. There's not a lot of Fae influence, at least yet. Share screen. Make sure the volume's on.
Whip.
Here's the
Now,
name.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I think no matter what, I'll hear it. So you guys got to tell me if you don't.
Okay. Well, just give me thumbs up if you can hear it.
I I can.
A brawny intellectual, a devout farmer, a good-hearted charlatan, and a social facilitator. This circle of friends shall reunite in their hometown, Ivywood. Before they can depart for employment, they are interrupted by a local drug problem which carries hidden, sinister undertones. Can they survive the night? And what is the source of this danger? The bond amongst these friends may be the only metric to answer such questions.
And stop sharing. There we go.
Awesome. All right. Whoops. Hold on. We hit the button at the same time, and I pulled Jay out.
We switched places.
Like, what did I do?
I'm tired of this crap, man.
At this rate.
Awesome, dude. All right. Anybody have any questions, thoughts, input?
I think that animated logo looks great at the end. That's really well done.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, what do you? What's your favorite reward that you're going to offer?
Well, that I'm appealing to two different groups of fandoms. So there's obviously the comic book side, but there's also the fantasy and RPG side. This story is actually based off of the first D&D homebrew campaign I ever ran. It was all there. There's no Forgotten Realms or Wizard of the Coast IP in it. I obviously don't want to get sued. But with that said, because I wanted to appeal to both sides, I have, if I look at the fantasy side, I have miniatures of all 4 characters. I have 20-sided dice, which is modeled after the Madcaps logo. I have laser engraved wood based off of the main cover. Are you okay if I just show off one picture? I will not eat up everybody's time here.
Yeah, you're fine.
Thank you. Show this one and present, share screen. So many buttons to click, so little time.
See if I can kick Jay out again.
You'll be the first. It's
Window. There we go. So this is the main cover, but I also have a laser engraved wood of the inks to this of Jimbo Salgado's work, as you see here. There's also a map of the surrounding area where the story takes place. There's also, on the comic book side, I have variant covers, I have pinup art, I have sketch covers. I'm really excited about all of it. So to ask if I have a favorite, that's a tough one for me because it's the first time. It's all really exciting.
Did you put them in add-on form, or did you put them in tiers specifically?
Add-on. Add-on. Almost everything add-on.
Excellent.
I think that makes it a little easier to pick myself from the tiers.
Yes. Yeah, I'm vibing with the add-on motif. Well, DM, you get to popcorn.
Well, this is kind of I don't know. Let's try Matt Knowles.
All right, so right now we've got Tales from Nocturnia, the complete legendary saga revisited on Kickstarter. This campaign is for the relettered, remastered version of it. When we released the original graphic novel, 152 pages, it was the culmination of multiple issues that we had put together, that we had kickstarted, some anthology pieces that happened, and we needed to go and do a reprint of the issue. And Steph and I made the decision that we were not just going to go and reprint what was done 3 or 4 years ago, that we were going to go through every single page in the book and reletter it and remaster it. And someone like Travis, who is familiar with the way that we have done things previously, knows that our lettering was very avant-garde. There was tons of unnecessary colored word bubbles. I take all that stuff, I take responsibility for that, coming from a graphic design background. So everything now is going to be much more easy to read, much more traditionally comic based. If you look down in the campaign, we do have some before and after GIFs so that you can see how the lettering was previously and how the lettering is now. At its base, this is one of our most favorite stories and arcs we've ever written. The main story is about an executioner named Beninock who's trying to get out of the family business, but the kingdom around him is falling apart and keeps trying to pull him back into a life of violence.
Interesting.
Yeah, there are a lot of cool things that we've brought back into this campaign. We have some of our most popular merch being the some of our Double Dragon shirts. We have some leather work where it's like fully wearable dragon masks, but we also brought in some brand new merch, things like a different variation on our Double Dragon logo. We have wearable horse head masks that go with our stable maidens. We're well known for our socks. So we have designed another pair of socks. It's the 6th pair of socks we've ever done. That's in here. And just today, we unveiled one of our add-ons. We know that the economy sucks, but we know that everybody wants to still have cool stuff. So we made every one of our in-stock metal covers, of which we have 14 different covers from different titles that are in metal. And if you're a physical backer of this campaign, you can get one of those metal covers for $40 instead of $60. As you can see on there, we're updating the graphic as we go. We've already had one of the covers, which is Cordelia Divina from our I Am Keto series, that the metal cover sold out. Oh, wow. So that's updated there. But yeah, if you're a metal cover fan, you're not normally going to find metal covers for $40, especially when they're on perfect bound books. You're not just talking like a 24-page comic, because they're on fully, perfect bound books there as well.
Nice.
Just slowly scrolling.
I will say, too, this is my favorite series that Matt does out of all of them, and I've always said that from the beginning. It's the one that I resonate to the most. So it is my favorite of the series. So if you want my recommendation, this is the one that I would get if you don't already have it.
Well, I appreciate that, Travis. That makes me I'm glad to hear you say it. I appreciate that very much.
And you're getting a remastered version.
Yep. We've gone back and even looked at it. Steph and I treated this as if it was a brand new project when it came to the lettering and the dialogue. Obviously, we're not going to go rewrite the whole thing, but as far as the editing process goes, as far as, did this character's dialogue, was it too verbose that it needed to be pulled back in a little bit, or is that the stuff we would do nowadays, like having a title on Scout? Travis knows, having titles that are on publishers, you've got some very strict grammatical rules you have to follow when it comes to crossbar I's and commas and stuff like that. And Travis and I are cut from the same cloth of punctuation no good. Nobody needs punctuation, especially when writing.
Rookies.
And yeah. So we went back in and actually treated it as if this was a book that was going on to a publisher like that. Made sure all the punctuation had integrity, and just had a lot of fun bringing it up to the 2024 standards.
Excellent. 10 days left. What's next?
10 days left. We'd love to see you. Love to see you guys jumping out there and getting involved in this.
For sure. What do you got coming up after that?
Oh, well, we're going to be going back to Heirs of Isildur Book 4, which is going to be the next one in the Perilous Prospects series. That's actually going to be the finale of the Perilous Prospects arc. And then there's a couple other things we're working on, where it's a couple of, trying to get into some other areas, but that's going to be the next thing that we're going to be doing, is going to be Heirs of Isildur, the Perilous Prospects Book 4 of 4, which will be the last part of that Perilous Prospects arc, which is going to be absolutely and completely bonkers.
Nice. Closing out storylines. All right. Matt, who are we going to?
Yeah, you know what? For once in my life, I'm going to be nice to J.D. Rosario, and I'm going to go to J.D.
I'll take that. I'll take that, baby. I'll take that. It's all right. It's all right. I'll take that.
Mistake made.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down to Florida to see a Jet game, but it's not gonna be the Dolphins.
You want to see a team they can beat, is what you're saying? So you're not going to see the Dolphins Fins? Okay, I mean, Dolphins Jets.
How about you flip the script, come to Winnipeg, and watch a Jets game?
Oh, that sounds like it'd be a much more interesting game.
Too cold for me, Ray. Ray, I'm Puerto Rican, bro. I freeze very quickly. All right, so this is my baby here. This is New York versus the World. It's a zombie book based here in New York City. I got a chip on my shoulder whenever I hear people say, "Oh no, New Yorkers will never survive the zombie apocalypse." Screw that. I'm sorry. I'm going to show you why. We tell you right in the beginning that the first thing they do is they blow the bridges and they flood the tunnels. It takes them 15 years to clean out the city, but once they do, they start to let people in. But can they trust them? Do they feel comfortable with people who didn't get down there in the trenches to do what they did? For me, zombie stuff always has that subtext, that layer of something else. That underlying message. So that first Dawn of the Dead for me, it was about racism. Then Day of the Dead. Then you had Dawn of the Dead. They dealt with capitalism in the mall, right? Consumerism. They also dealt with capitalism later on. So my thing here is dealing with xenophobia, right? It's that whole build the wall type of concept. But what happens when you have one group of people on one side of the wall who are trying to protect their loved ones, and then you got another group of people on the other side of the wall who are looking for a safe place to protect their loved ones? You wrap that up in a zombie package, and you get an explosive story. We got 3 issues. We're trying to fund the 3rd one, and the big thing about New York about New York versus the world is New York City is the main character in the book, right? For those Star Trek fans, if you are a red shirt, you got a better chance of surviving in these stories than if you were one of the main characters. The first issue takes place in Ellis Island. That's our staging point for people who got to be quarantined before they enter the city. The second issue takes place at Coney Island. The third issue takes place around the Brooklyn Bridge. So I'm trying to bring iconic locations into the story. This right here is our holochrome trading cards. One of the cool things we were doing, a little bit higher up than that was the holochrome trading cards. One of the cool things we were doing is we don't have a frequent flyer mile program. We don't have that card punch for your 7th free coffee. What I do have is the ability to reward those who continue to back us. So anybody who is a returning backer on this campaign, it doesn't matter what book you supported from me. That little zombie card that's on the bottom with the Navy man kissing the girl on New Year's Eve. That one is going to be a free holochrome card added to any reward of any backer who has supported us in the past. Just like Matt's talking about stretching those bucks a little bit. That's another way we can stretch some of those bucks. If you've never supported us in the past and you want the card, you can get it. It's an add-on for $5. We've added on also our digital catalog. So if you're on a flight or you're traveling, you don't want to carry all the books, but you want to pick up some of the stuff, you could get our entire digital catalog. And then we've got our shirts. We got our logo shirt, which is the baseball bat used in the story on a subway token with the zombie head. We've got our new mascot, Betsy, the Zombie of Liberty, who we're leaning into treating her like the Crypt Keeper and being the person that's going to, the creature that's going to introduce the stories from now on.
Nice.
And then we've got our one of our T-shirts based on one of the covers. So
very cool.
That's where we be. I love zombies. I love superheroes, but I love horror stuff too.
Well, I love that this is multi-layered. That you found a way to maybe teach people a lesson. And my question is, do you explain to them the lesson that they might have missed? Do you have a?
No.
Do you talk about that in lives? But
yeah, I just do it in lives. If you catch it, when we're talking at a con or in a live, cool beans. We'll go over it, but I'm not that type of guy that's gonna force it down your throat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not gonna unfold it for them, but it's there.
Yeah, it's definitely there. And I'm not going out here trying to teach a lesson. It's just something that I'm like, oh my God, all right, this is the direction I'm gonna head in and
it's
lean
so
into
different. It's so different from people who say very often I write comics because I'm not maybe the best storyteller. You're someone who's saying I'm writing this comic. It's like a zombie thing. That's something that I care about, and I also care about these other things. And I found a way to put another layer into the story. So I love to hear that. That's
thank you, Jesse. Don't get that deep and meaningful. You know what I mean? I still want to see people get shredded and eaten up.
Yeah. The terror.
It's still a comic and it's fun. I got it.
It's still a comic, dude. It's still a comic.
Oh goodness. Well, seems like it's going fine. You got 18 more days, and
we're funded. So the first stretch goal is up, and if we hit it, then Another trading card will be added at no extra charge to anybody else. I love doing trading cards. I love buying them. When books would come, wrapped with the poly bags with another card in there. So again, it's not like I'm spending a lot on getting a bulk set of cards made, and people dig it. So why not keep with the theme, right?
Absolutely.
So
I
JD,
like
I have a
trading
really
cards.
quick question for you about your campaign.
Yeah, what's up?
So this is issues 1 through 3, but you've run campaigns before.
Yeah.
I don't see a way. Like I see you've got your digital tier up here where somebody can get all 3. What if somebody's already got 1 and 2, and they only want to get 3? Is there a chance you might add on just so somebody can get issue 3 in the digital form?
You know what? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll add that tonight. I didn't even think about that. I get my checklist for so many other things.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Sometimes you get lost in tiers. Yeah.
You
You really do.
You do. And tiers and add-ons and stuff like that.
It's the same way as someone who's trying to scroll through them. Like you're having trouble trying to make them, and then when we're looking through them, goodness gracious, it's difficult.
Yeah, that's a common advice, Jay, is when you do and I'm sure you've done it before, always put like 1 through 3 if you can buy all 3, because people are going to look at it. I don't want to get number 3 and they skip to the next campaign. Same thing with Ralph. Before you put your campaign up, don't just put it 2, put 1 and 2, because when people are going through, they're not going to back it because they're like, oh, I don't have 1 and 2. Nothing I can do. They're not even going to bother looking.
This is my second chance doing this, right? I tried to do this back in November, leading into the holidays, which we didn't get funded. We did really good with 1 and 2 sales-wise at New York Comic Con, and I was actually promoting a different book. I was promoting my Shield of the Interceptor book before I launched this, and then I'm like, oh my God, this was going like hotcakes at New York Comic Con. Let me switch it up, right? And when I did, I pretty much shot myself in the face. I didn't have the lead in time for it, and we did pitch it as issues 1 through 3. And I'm like, you know what? Let me stay away from that stigma. Let me just say we're going to go for this. Plus, it was easier to find. It's still up there as New York versus the World 1 through 3. The kick track will find 1 through 3, and I just wanted to get a little bit of separation from that.
Yeah.
Jay, is it safe to say that you have the traditional dead time in the middle of the Kickstarter? Are you just exiting that now? Is that a smart assumption, or
No, I'm just going into that now. I think I'm on my 9th or 10th day.
It sounds like this is like a really good, we'll call it make lemonade out of the scenario, if you will, where, hey, got a new thing to add. We also have just number 3.
Oh yeah, cool beans, man. Cool beans. Yeah, no, I'll definitely put that in there. Yeah. It's all about how you spin it, right? How you turn lemons into lemonade. And it's a great way to look at it. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah. All right. Jay, you get to pick who's next.
All right, we got 2 people left, right? We got 2 people left. And Travis, I'm sorry, but Jeff is gonna have me on his show next week, so I gotta pull him up, brother. You know what I mean? I gotta show the love.
It's okay. Travis is just gonna say, "Save the best for last."
Travis, if JD shows up on your show on Thursday, Travis, he gets to pitch his stuff at 11:57 p.m.
I'll just say this about Jay's decision making. He just said, hey, he sold a book called New York versus the World, Good in New York, and was surprised. So I mean, him making decisions and not really thinking about.
Dude, you know what's funny? I did gangbusters at C2E2 with it also, but I played the heel. I went straight into the villainy role, and here I am in Chicago, and I'm saying, New York has better pizza than Chicago. Prove me wrong or buy the book. Frank Thomas was the only good baseball player to ever come out of Chicago. Right? Other than that, you got nothing. Right? Forget about Sammy Sosa. Oh man, they were coming, they were beating me up, and digging into me. I was like, yes, give me that money, give me that money.
Yeah.
So I know how to move it other than New York, brother. I know that New York is hated everywhere outside of New York, so I gotta play the bad guy.
Awesome. All right, let's do it. Let me actually hit the button. There it is. Bing. All right. Tell us about
All
it.
right. This is my book. That's like I said, I had Jay on my choke. I wanted to make sure that he called me next. So I've been playing this for a while. All right. So basically, the end of Terminus this is the second issue. This is for lovers of Star Trek. This is kind of a Star Trek meets Aliens mashup. The basic conceit is that the universe is falling apart. It's being destroyed by what they call the Great Rip. Ultimate Equal is kind of a pseudo astrophysics thing about the idea that dark energy will overcome dark matter and eventually rip the universe to shreds. The universe is dying. The last 7 sentient species in the universe join each other on board the ship called the Terminus with the goal of escaping from our universe to whatever exists outside our universe. So it comes with the idea that the universe has a boundary if you go far enough away. And beyond the boundary is the unknown, and wherever that is unknown is where safety is. And these 7 species all believe that they're superior. They're the most important species on the entire ship. They all are inspired by cultures and aspects of our society that we live in now. But they all hate each other. They'll all be more than happy to see everyone die. And the way the conceit is that there's 100,000 species on the ship right now. Individuals on the ship right now. At the end of the story, there'll only be about 12 to 20 left. So it's going to be a whole lot of death from this point forward. It's going to be like this, but it's also an intelligent comic book. It's thought-provoking. It has a lot to say, even though it's full of action and fun. I do have a color version finally available. This is going to be a color version is available as an add-on or as a tier. So if you want it in color, sort of black and sort of grayscale, it's available to you. But it's all there. That's Thraxus. He's one of my favorite characters from the comic book. He's kind of like a warrior, sort of like Klingons. That's kind of like an homage to him. But it's like I said, it's a lot of fun. It has a lot to say, but also has a lot of people being killed. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Go wrong with that.
Yeah,
You will have death.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. This is my second issue. The first one was already backed by Kickstarter last year. So this is the second one. Everything happens in this issue. It's going to lead into the rest of the comic book, the rest of the series. All comes down to what happens in the second issue. A major character is murdered at the end, which sets the tone for the third issue. The species that they're fighting on this planet of darkness is also going to have ramifications going forward because of something I can't give away, but there's something with these aliens that's not quite normal. And when it moves forward into the ship, all hell breaks loose on the ship. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Brad Shipp does a great job with the art, both in grayscale and then with the colors coming up. So and it's made for everyone's budget. Digital number 2 is $2. Second issue is $4. You can buy both physical copies for I think it's $13 or $14. You can buy a community bundle of 25 indie comic book creators on digital PDF for $15. So it basically is made for everyone who's struggling financially, but still wants to buy a really cool comic book, loves Star Trek, loves aliens, would like to see a mashup. It's kind of how that plays out. I don't know if it makes sense, but this is kind of how it plays out.
Cool.
Somebody was saying something.
Oh, I was just going to say, you have to say hi to Brad Shipp for me. He almost did a cover for me.
Brad Shipp is awesome. He is absolutely fantastic, that guy. He draws about anything. It basically he's one of those artists that when I just gave him a concept, I was like, draw me a technological species. They're all computer based. Draw it. And he just does it. I don't really give him any directions because I'm not great visually anyways. I'm just like, do something cool with it. I have a plant-based species. Do something cool. And he does something cool. So I'm a big fan of Brad Shipp. He's able to take my babble of descriptions and make something cool out of it. So
he's like the better version of AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're only $300 from the first stretch goal, which is every keychain. So someone get me to $300 more so we can give people keychains. So please make sure you're back.
Unlock the keychains, people.
It's entirely affordable.
I mean, that was the idea. I mean, obviously it means I need more backers to hit certain goals, but I just want to make sure everyone could afford it. Because if they're like me, as a teacher, budget, it's all about the budget,
For sure.
Or cops.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to choose apparently Travis Gibb. Apparently he's what's left.
That's time, right, Aaron? Good. I'll
Yeah,
let you go.
we just wrapped it up, man. It's just I'm glad everybody got a moment to talk about their books. And
Good.
let's see.
That's what I get for not being selfish, like you advised me in the beginning.
I didn't advise you. I just said, let's see. All right.
So
Take
yes, this is Broke Down in Canyon City. If you don't know, for the last 5 years or so, I've been writing a book called Broke Down in 40 Buddies. I'm not big, but I have a trade here. It's very cool. Came out a long time ago.
I reviewed it.
As in last year. Very cool book. So we're going to visit Canyon City again. If you don't know anything about Canyon City, let me tell you a little bit about it. There are 11 correctional facilities in Canyon City, 7 state and 4 federal prisons, with a crime rate of 34 per 1,000 residents. Canyon City has one of the highest crime rates in America compared to all of the communities of its size. From the smallest town to the very largest city, one's chance of becoming a victim of a violent or property crime is 1 in 30. And that's real life. So we visited, we've spent some time with Broke Down with my story. You know, it's kind of like a Pulp Fiction, lots of guns, lots of violence, lots of F words. And we're going to revisit that with some of my friend writers. So I've got some really cool writers and artists who've been following this for years, who wanted to kind of play in this universe. So before we decided to jump back into doing a new miniseries, I thought I'd let some of my friends play. So I got Jonathan Hendrick in here. I got Frank Martin. I've got who else do I've got? I've got my wife Heather. Heather's doing some stuff in here. Struggling today. I've got the Bag Brothers doing some art. If you don't know who they are, they're amazing. I've got Chris Redon, who does a podcast. Chuck Pinu, James Burton, Sierra Florence, a lot of regulars from if you follow any of my anthologies, but they're all back for this really cool book. We've done some really cool like homage covers. All of our covers are homage if you're into crime. So we've got Jinx and Goldfish, which is Bendis's first crime book. We've got a Reservoir Dogs cover. We've got like the old crime book. So lots of cool stuff for everybody. And that's it. It's kind of like it's a little anthology set in that universe. And you get a teaser. My story is a teaser of what's to come for future Broke Down stories.
Nice. Helicopter.
That's a helicopter, yeah. Someone's having a bad time at the hospital, or a much better time. You never know.
I thought that was me. After dinner, I had Taco Bell today. I apologize.
So, someone's getting a helicopter ride, so somebody's having a better life than us. All right, let's be honest.
Yep.
Cool.
I really like when you get stuff like this where it adds to the world. When you are already a fan of the world, you really enjoy it, and then you get to see more pieces of it. So that's fun. I like this.
Yeah, this was really hard for me because when I did stuff in the past, it's really easy to let people write Oz characters. I didn't create them, but when they're your own characters and you have your own voice, a little harder to do. So I was really happy to be able to partner with people and do some stuff.
Okay, I'm not going to be a jerk right here, but suspense.
I know. It was spelled that way on purpose.
Okay, cool. That's all I need to hear.
Okay.
I also really like this cover in particular.
Here's why. There's actually, if you go to, there's a famous crime comic that was spelled wrong on purpose. It's kind of a joke. If you know the lore of that particular book, it was spelled wrong. They kind of make fun of it in the comic community. What's the other one you like, Aaron?
The main cover.
Yeah. So that's Goldfish and Jinx, which is the original stuff that made Brian Michael Bendis famous. That's his trade cover, and I love it. So that's different panels from the book that we put together to make that. I really wanted to make that. I'm super proud of that cover.
Awesome.
So, but you get the trade too. Stuff.
Yeah. Say that again.
I said you can get the trade of the old stuff too. We didn't leave you.
There you go. So you're rolling right along. Hey, you're almost done.
Yeah.
You're almost out of here.
Yeah. I mean,
Travis, what campaign starts in 5 days? If you're ending in 4, what's your campaign that starts 5 days?
Granite State Punk. Only poses.
Those of you on the call think that we're kidding.
Yeah.
There probably will be one starting in 5 days, knowing Travis.
It's not starting in 5 days, but the next one in May is Granite State Punk. Only posers fall in love. Yeah, that's the next Granite State Punk issue.
So Raphael, you heard all those crime stats that Travis was just throwing at you. As a policeman, were you like, oh, dude, I got to go there and clean that Canyon City up, man? Bump this, I got to get there.
Hey man, we are in Cartel City where I'm from. We deal with, man, it's a travesty of the lack of love of life down here. Really, man, it's hardcore. That inspired me for a trade-in. I like Ray's idea on the Friends. A trade-in is about his family. You know, his faith is challenged through his past as a deputy, as a narcotics officer, and it transcends, you know, him getting his power from this ancient cosmic order of justice, and then sharing the power with his family. So it's inspirational. Issue 2 is called The Fall. Betrayal. Here comes betrayal. It's gonna be great, man. But yeah, down here, it's a different world.
There's enough cleaning up to do.
Yeah, it is nuts down here, though.
I don't think he's read my hospice, Matt. I'm safe. So,
I'm saying.
He doesn't know my statement on Texas.
It's better in Texas, baby. Go Texans.
Goodness.
Bro, you don't do that to an AFC panel right now. Come on, bro. You can't do that here. You can't.
I heard you're with the Dolphins and the Jets. Come on, boy.
Hey, the Texans. Hey, let's be real. The Texans are putting together a team. I got to admit, football wise, the Texans and the Texans got a team put going together.
They stacked up. Anybody
Plus,
but the damn Chiefs.
The rest of that division is weak.
Yeah,
very weak. So they're going to be up there for a few years right now.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm a New England fan. We don't know how to play without Tom Brady. We forgot. We just don't know.
We've been playing soccer.
Matt, why are we even talking to him right now? Why are we even talking to him right now, Matt?
Hey, for the first time ever, my team is better than the Jets and the Patriots. So I'm totally fine with this.
And even when the Patriots are dominated, they'd still lose to the effing Miami Dolphins all the time. And I never figured out why. They were just so bad. The Patriots didn't know how to play them. They were just like, what is going on here?
And on the New York Giants, right? The one team in New York that I don't pick that can't beat the Patriots, I'm not rooting for. I go for the other one.
Disgusting. Yeah. All right. We will once again go around the horn, but first, a couple of things to talk about. Where do I want to start? I guess first and foremost is, we have a good group of people on tonight, so I always like to, we're going to start throwing this up on our shows, but we support Indie Comics. We appreciate everybody that's on here, and it's the entire purpose of the show is to let you guys talk about your stuff. And then we'll throw out some of our stuff right here at the end. I'm going to share something that I guess is, I don't want it to be depressing or come across this way, but I do have something that's very important to me that's coming out on May 16th. And for anybody that it can help, hopefully it'll help. And I'll show this, and then we'll move on to the not as sad stuff. But let's do this. I have a book coming out on May 16th on Amazon called Restless, and it's a devotional for 30-day devotional for dads that are struggling through divorce and custody battles and stuff like that.
Nobody ever goes into a relationship expecting it to end in divorce. Then, if kids are involved, it becomes a whole different level of heartache. I understand the feelings of pain, loss, even anger. It's the most difficult thing that anyone can face. As I tried to find resources to help me as a father struggling through this time, I realized there just wasn't much out there. That's where Restless comes in. I approached my pain through diving into God's Word and uncovering what He has to say about my feelings as a father facing divorce and a custody battle. It explores the different emotions that rise up in these times and how we can approach them with faith, even in the trials. Every day for 30 days, you'll be challenged to think about how you feel and how you react. So, join me in overcoming the heartache with faith and know that God is still in control. Restless, a 30-day devotional and workbook, coming soon.
On happier news, we're returning to cons and such. We're going to do Hard Turn. So Free Comic Book Day. we're going to be at New Dimension Comics Waterfront in Homestead, Pennsylvania. and I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be also our public release day for Tilt Volume 1, which is our completed trade, 128 pages. I'm really looking forward to getting this into people's hands. Everybody that backed it, appreciate it. And then, it's going to be like a con thing going forward. We have cons lined up in August as well that we're pretty excited about. 3 there's 2 in North Carolina and 1 in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
No, not Pennsylvania, West Virginia, right over the border.
Yeah.
West Virginia PopCon.
It's possibly the panel in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and possibly a panel at the Three Rivers Comic Con. I'm not sure about that yet, though. So we'll see.
That's in August,
so maybe
too?
4.
Three Rivers?
That one, Three Rivers, I think is in June.
Okay.
So we're working on a bunch of stuff behind the scenes, and we have some stuff that'll be announced soon. But there's that, and then our other show is a monthly show, and we already live premiered it, but it's called That's Pitching, and it's a show where basically we take people's elevator pitches for their current projects, or if they at this point are selling it on their website or whatever, and then we do voiceovers. We spin a wheel, and then we do little voiceover clips with some dramatic music and stuff just to have a lot of fun. And it's hosted with Tier Jackson from Sovereign Comics, as well as myself and Jessica. And so that's every second Tuesday of the month at 9:00 Eastern. It's a whole lot of fun. And starting next month, we're going to have a guest come in and do voiceovers with us every time.
I love it. You guys are voiceover artists. Is that it?
Yeah. So I think that's the other thing we're going to add is a wheel that has different accents and stuff. We'll see. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun for us. We did the premiere episode, but it was based off a dumb idea that we randomly did one night and all had a really fun time. And then for everybody that we do that for, if you guys need it for anything, we will re-record them for you and send it to you. So I've done that for just about everybody that I have recorded one for. That's been fun to get people's reactions. So That's Pitching is the second Tuesday of every month, 9 p.m. I think those are all of our core announcements. CatalystComicStudio.com is up and running. So go check that out when you get a chance. And then for myself, where the name of this even comes from is my Substack, which is aarondowen.substack.com. And that is my inner sanctum where I talk about things like creators' mental health and then random short stories. And now I have this weird prompt generator that's added a lot of pressure to my life. So I'm going to continue to use that. Let's go around the horn once again and tell everybody where they can find you and what they should be looking forward to.
Question?
Hold on. No, you got to back up.
Okay.
We got to back up to your book here. I don't get serious. I effing hate it, to be honest. But especially when you're doing these shows, you're gonna keep it. But I think you really sell past your book is really exciting. I wish I had something like that. I actually came in faith because of my divorce. You know that I'm very faithful. I think you shouldn't go past that. I won't be buying it because then my wife would be very confused. She'd be like, what is happening? I'm super proud of it. I think it's super necessary. I was just talking to my brother this weekend who is not a Christian. They want me to marry him. And talking about being equally yoked and how important that is. And then the other side of that, I've been with so many Christian men who feel so torn because of these beliefs of, being of one flesh and what that means. And I don't think you should push that past that because embarrassment or because we're talking about comics. Marriage is one of the most important things. We all talked about it earlier of how important that is to everybody. And I think that when you go through a divorce, because most people have gone through a divorce, let's be honest, it's just reality. See, I've gone through a divorce, Jay's gone through a divorce. I think that these things are important. I don't think you should rush past it, Aaron. Trust me, I'm all about the jokes, but really, it's such an important thing. And I'm very proud of you for doing that. I've seen you've been working on it for about over a year, maybe even 2 years, right? You've been working on this book for a long time. You should be really proud of it. I'm super excited about it coming out. I'm going to share it to my Christian community because I'm really proud of you. So really, seriously, don't skip over it.
That's a powerful thing, Aaron. Powerful thing. And real quick, some of the things you see down here, or as a cop, are because of the domestic stuff, and you get these parents that don't know what they're doing to their kids. And some of the ugliest things I've seen were because of that. This book's going to help a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people.
That is what I'm hoping. That's why it's out there and it's a resource available it's available for pre-order on ebook, on Amazon, as well as the physical copies as well. So hopefully it'll help.
When does it launch again?
May 16th.
May 16th. My best man is an atheist, but he always really admires when I can help him. He went through divorce, and I was the first person he called, and I'm definitely not a deity. And he was very grateful for the help I give him. But I'd love to have a look at your book.
For sure. Yeah, I wrote it in a way to be encouraging, whether you are a person of faith or not.
Awesome.
It's just encouraging. And to be honest, like there's a lot of scripture that is encouraging, whether people want to acknowledge that or not. And those are the ones that I try to use. And really, it's a exploration of those feelings behind divorce, custody battles, like anger and loneliness, worry, all that kind of stuff. And then, for me, like I saved the last 2 days of it for after my custody trial, not knowing how that was going to go. So it's an extremely raw, honest book. And I really do hope it'll find an audience that needs it and can use it. And so my next phase is I have a book launch club that's trying to help me with it. And then my next phase is I'm going to start reaching out to some pastors who might have like bookstores and stuff in their churches and see if they would like to check it out and see if they can put some resources in there, and then start hitting up some divorce groups as well.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right. Let's make sure we give everybody their time. So we'll start at the bottom this time with Jay. Where can we find you and whatever you want to say?
So you can find me at unstoppablecomics.com. You'll find all of my social media links on the website. Sunday nights, I'm usually hanging out on Indie Comics Explained with JD Calderon and a whole bunch of other talented creators like yourself. Saturday nights, I just started my own show called Comic Book Streamland, where we mostly make fun of me and talk about comic books. So, if anybody wants to, bust my chops, hey, that's the place for it to be. Excuse me. I do hit harder on Patriot fans and Dolphin fans. So, you guys go up.
Bring it, baby. Bring it.
I'm gonna swing back, baby. Swing it back. So football's big. I got no heat with the Texans. Sorry, you're good, but they barely had a horse in the race. So good on you. I know what it's like to fight from the bottom, Papa. But yeah, going back to comic books. I'm psyched to see so many talented creators. Way to be. You guys are all and ladies, you're putting your money where your mouth is, and putting out kick-ass content. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. And I will be running this campaign, New York versus the World, for another 19 days. Check me out. If you hate New Yorkers, you can watch us get shredded in the zombie apocalypse. If you like New Yorkers, you can see us try to survive the zombie apocalypse. Either way, it's a win-win for anybody on either side of the fence.
Fantastic. All right, Ralph.
Okay, so a tradie in justice is a deputy whose faith is challenged, and he is bestowed his amazing power by this ancient race of justice. He shared his power, and now he's got to deal with the uncertainty of what he did from the ultimate evil that's here. So it's a tradie in justice. I'm on fearlesscomicstudios.com. That's my site. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I love this whole indie planet. The whole indie universe is amazing. It caught my eye 15 years ago, and I want to keep going stronger the next 15 years of my life if I can, 20 years of my life. You guys are amazing, man. Hope you could. Tomorrow we kick off we launch our issue 2 Kickstarter. So look for it. Tradie and Justice, justice the hard way, baby.
Follow it now.
Yeah.
Up to Matt.
Hey, real quick, Raphael, I've got your campaign bookmarked for tomorrow. The one thing that I will say for you, you ran a campaign last year. The economy of what's on Kickstarter has changed a ton. So if you launch and you don't get numbers to start off, that's the same as what you got before. Don't take that as any kind of slight against you or your book. Just know that the economy has changed a ton, and it's going to be a much tougher grind. So just want to make sure you keep that in mind. So you don't go, oh crap, man, I lost my fan base from number one. It's just a real tough grind out there right now. So just keep grinding and keep working hard.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Number 2 is also the hardest every time.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
I'm gonna harass everybody.
do it. That's the way to do it.
You have to.
Doors are open, man.
So for me, the best place you can go right now to find what we're doing for Tales from Nocturnia, the complete legendary saga revisited, go to tinyurl.com/TFN Re. That can be remastered, re-lettered, re-anything, just TFN Re on tinyurl.com. If you want to get to all of our other links, there's metal music, there's music videos. Steph writes all kinds of articles for Fangoria, Horror Geek Life, Creepy Kingdom. You can see pictures of us doing panel hosting at large Comic-Cons. Go to linktree.com/InSymmetry Creations. You can get to all of our links there and see all the cool and fun stuff that we do outside of just the titles that we do.
Nice.
Excellent. And Ray.
You can find me on Facebook as DM Ray. You can find me on Instagram as Raymond the DM. DM Ray was taken, unfortunately. You can find my Facebook page of the Madcaps, of course, and my pre-launch page for the Madcaps is up now. I'm up to 114 followers. Thank you very much, whoever added to follow. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Travis, and thank you to everybody here. This has just been a really nice chat for the last hour. It's been a good time.
Awesome. All right, Jeff. You're muted again.
We cannot hear you, sir.
Hold.
Still muted.
There we go.
You know what, I should just talk now and not say anything. Just move my mouth and maybe pretend so people just keep me muted. I mean, that takes so many damn times. Anyways, so Terminus is available on Kickstarter. About 10 days left. We're about $300 away now from our first stretch goal. So, like I said, there's people back and get me there. So you can find me on Kickstarter. You can find me as the host of the Diverse Stars podcast on YouTube. I interview comic book people, celebrities, stuff like that. Please check it out and subscribe. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark as soon as possible. You can find me on Twitter or X at Jayhawk Interviews. You can find me at Traversing Stars. You can find me on Instagram under the same Vector_comics. You can find me on Facebook under Jeff Haas or Terminus or any other things. I upload myself on every single platform out there. So if you're on a platform, go hunt me down. I'm there somewhere probably. But yeah, Black My Book. I would appreciate it.
Nice. All right. And Travis?
Yeah, you can find me at travisgibb.substack.com. That'll lead to everything. I post about all the crazy books that I have. That's the easiest way. It'll lead to all my socials and get all that done. I'm screaming on the internet, so if you haven't heard me, then I'm clearly not screaming loud enough, and let me know where to scream next. If you are going to the comic store this week, though, Coins of Judas is on pre-order till Wednesday. So Coins of Judas, a Gambler #2. So if you'd like to get Coins of Judas 1 and 2, if you're going to the comic store, go ahead and put it on your pull list. If you don't like it, I'll buy it back from you. I ain't scared. I have faith in my ability to tell a good story. So check it out, and that's where we are. And I'll back book down. Other people wrote it. It's not just me. If you don't like me, you can cut my parts out and still have a great story. Don't worry about it.
You can do that with a lot of Travis's work.
Yeah, a lot of just say any of my stuff. Just cut me out. Just pretend I'm like the. Going back to the biblical references, which I assume you talk about in your book, the foreskins, the 100 foreskins that you got to get from the Philistines, it's just like that. Just cut them out and serve them before your Lord.
All right. And Jessica, anything?
Your book, that's not relevant to the book?
It's something.
Hey, I was nice to you earlier, so you've got to get this side. It's got a yin and yang.
It's right. The balance. No, you can't find me anywhere. Nope.
There you go.
Nope.
There you go. Don't even look for her. She's on the website. Catalyst.
I'm a part of Catalyst.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
I come on shows sometimes.
Let's see. Who would be fun? Travis, why don't you, what's the last word?
The what? The last word?
The last word.
I don't know. The Mets suck.